He doesn't want to see a husband and a wife get busy. He don't want to see it. He's scared now. Because every time he sees a godly man and a godly woman, every time he sees a godly bride and a godly groom come together, he's reminded that one day the ultimate bridegroom is going to come back and scoop up his bride called the church and whisk her off for eternity. And at that point, boom, game over. Do you feel me? Do you feel me? So, every time he sees that happen, he is so afraid of that, because when a godly man and a godly woman come together in a marital state and share the ultimate intimacy where they become one, they produce godly children. And those children want to marry somebody like mom and daddy. And they'll produce godly children who want to marry somebody like granddaddy and grandma. And that family will build godly churches. And godly churches will build godly cities. And godly cities will build godly states and nations. So the devil is afraid. So what he's resulted to doing is, since he doesn't want to see that, he doesn't try to stop it at that. I mean, he attacks marriages. This is what the devil does. He goes all the way back as early as he can go. He goes all the way back. If it has to be 3 years old, he'll go back here to try to corrupt that. That's why I've heard some stuff that say, how can a 3-year-old be sexually molested? How can somebody molest a baby? How can? Y'all won't believe this, but I'm going to say it. There are some people who have the craziest, stinkiest, trustiest fetishes you could ever imagine. There are some people who get turned on with people in uniforms. See somebody in uniform and they just go bonkers. There are some people who love people's feet. Can I keep it real with y'all? Can I keep it real? And why is all of that perversion going on? Because the devil doesn't want to see what? That union. So, he tries to introduce this thing called lust any way he can. Before the internet, your first encounter with pornography would come probably around the age of 11 or 12. Since the internet, it is now the age of 5. Now I'm about to tell you something. This is true. Our research for this presentation, I found out MySpace has already kicked off people who are convicted of sexual crimes. Because they go to MySpace to try to imitate people that you would fall in love with. So they can end up shutting you down so you never can become what you intended to be. You know what I mean? Confirmed sexual predators who are on the watch list, who are registered as a sex offender. You know how many of them have been kicked off of MySpace? 90,000. Almost 100,000 people have already registered on MySpace for one thing: to find somebody who looks like you and prevent you from ending up there. You know how people have all these different kind of perversions? Because lust is a spirit. And all lust